Hey, how y'all doing? Sorry I'm late tonight, but it's kids eat for free at Barbaritos tonight, so I'm not really that sorry. It's day 7 of 22 push-ups a day for veteran suicide awareness. And yesterday I finished with introducing The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity by Julia Cameron. And I introduced this to the series because she kind of lays out a path in order for us to discover our inner artist, the creator that's inside all of us. And as I said before, artistic expression is really important to have that avenue to express our emotions, especially when coming home from something so stressful as combat. Cameron writes, "Art opens the closets, airs out the cellars and attics. It brings healing, but before a wound can heal, it must be seen." And this brings me to one section that I think deeply connects with the returning warrior. Cameron calls this section the virtue trap. And she says that we can allow other aspects of our lives to kind of overshadow our artistic self. We can sacrifice our artistic selves for our families and for our professional lives. And I want you to answer this question honestly. When I just said that sentence, what was the image that popped up in your head? I'll say it again. We can sacrifice our artistic selves for our families and for our professional lives. Did you see a person with a stoic expression who virtuously sacrifices themselves for their families and profession? Or did you see a person being murdered, being sacrificed? And that is the virtue trap. We think that we are being virtuous when we deny our artistic identity, especially for the sake of others. It connects to the returning warrior because just like that artist who says, "I don't have time for those chainsaw ice shaping classes because of X, Y, and Z," the returning warrior says, "I have to be strong. I can't let them see this pain. They wouldn't want to know about these emotions anyway. I have to protect my family from these things." Returning warriors can sacrifice that part of them that needs the most attention when they come home in the name of being virtuous, in the name of being strong. Cameron writes, "Many of us have made a virtue out of deprivation. We have embraced a long-suffering artistic or emotional anorexia as a martyr's cross. We strive to be good, to be nice, to be helpful, to be unselfish. We want to be generous, of service, of the world. But what we really want is to be left alone." Now keep in mind, this is in the context of an artist needing to have that time by themselves in order to create. Because every time you're getting interrupted and stuff like that, it breaks the train of thought. We need time to create. In the context of a returning warrior, we need time to sift through our feelings, and maybe that's even, we need an invitation to share our feelings. Okay, we need something from other people. Okay, to continue, when we can't get others to leave us alone, we eventually abandon ourselves. To others, we may look like we're there, we may act like we're there, but our true self has gone to the ground. What's left is a shell of our whole self. It stays because it is caught. Like a listless circus animal prodded into performing, it does tricks. It goes through its routine. It earns its applause. But all of the hoopla falls on deaf ears. We are dead to it. We as returning warriors cannot be too virtuous to deal with our negative emotions. We have to deal with those negative emotions. We can't ignore them, because if we ignore them, soon we're going to stop feeling our positive emotions. We're not going to be able to even feel joy and happiness and stuff like that. Emotions are all mixed in with one another. We will soon become that empty shell. And I want to tell you that you have been strong enough, my friend. You are home now. It's time to process those feelings. It's time to share your story. It's time to pick up that guitar. It's time to put some paint on that canvas. It's time to put some words on that sheet. Because the only war that is left is the war that you brought home with you. It's time for peace now. These are the new tools to not only make you a whole human being again, but those who came home with you. Y'all take care.